I am the Commissar of Bacon, and this time I'm back with sleep deprivation and the lights off, and I'm ready to shit my pants. We're gonna play Call of Cthulhu, Dark Corners of the Earth. Are you ready? Let's see. I was once a Boy Scout, but no longer am I. I do enjoy myself some Eldritch Horrors, but, you know what, fuck it, Mythos Specialist. If my games don't fuck me in the ass, then I don't want to play them. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, Call of Cthulhu, Dark Corners of the Earth, this whole first-person horror game from back
at my end, I can fully see.
And it's based
the last
off the
case
Shadow
opened in me a new fear, a real fear, a fear of myself, what I am, and of what I've always been. All that I was is now lost. Hope, purpose, pleasure, all meaningless. I now walk in the shadows between worlds, and it is there I have finally glimpsed upon what lives in the dark corners of the earth.
Indeed, a traumatic experience, is it not? Welcome to the club. Well, aren't you just pretty?
I like the way you smile at me, baby.
I think you got a bit of a security issue there, Mr. Asylum Man. You might want to consider, suicide, but you might want to consider closing your doors when you've got patients in your room. Ah, yes, now I recall. At the beginning of the cultists. Cultists. My favorite. You see, we know he's from the 1920s because he's wearing a fedora and he's smoking a cigarette. Along with driving what I'm pretty sure is a Ford Model T.
Robert, this had better be good. What's the beef?
Sorry, Jack. We had to call. This fellow will only talk to you. Name's Victor Holt.
Don't know any Victor.
He's the leader of this weird cult that moved in here a few months back. Got about 20 followers. They've been causing trouble all over town. Stealing, going through folks' trash, hanging around outside people's homes at all hours. No one ever presses charges, though. They're a screwy bunch. They've got the locals scared. So tonight, we were just passing, doing the normal rounds, when we heard gunshots fired from their property.
Sounds
gunshots?
Like cult stuff.
Hang on there. No one said anything about gunshots. Who have we got out here?
Yeah, just me, Nichols, and a few new recruits.
Well, that's just great. Lead the way, Robert. I better check out this crazy gang of yours.
Indeed, Bob. Let's go. So what do we got? Crazy cult, rainy night, creepy building. Seems like all the makings for the world's greatest horror story.
What's taking him so
I apparently run at 20 miles an hour.
Evening, Jack. Glad you could join the freak show.
How's it looking, Henry?
I don't like this one bit, Jack. Check the alley on the right. Victor Holt's over there in the shadows. He's waiting for you.
Can we trust him?
Nope, but we've got you covered. You better take it slowly, though. They're a bit twitchy.
Oh, yes, you have me covered. Thank you. Your, competence at defending me from being shot is reassuring. Well, fuck with that. Well, seeing as I'm an unarmed cockmonger, I might as well get on inside. Oh, that door's completely open. Close it. Alright, let's see, what do we have here?
A depiction of some alien creature.
Disturbing Cthulhian images.
That's an unusual design.
More disturbing bullshit. Oh, look! It's Shoggoth!
A powerful painting of some cosmic horror.
Oh, it could be Yog Sothoth, of course.
This blasphemous image makes me feel uneasy.
Looks like Cthulhu's Satan now. Well, let's see what we got here.
As I continue to translate the narcotic fragments, I become more and more eager to contact my Yithian masters. These beings truly are gods to us. Their intellect and knowledge surpasses ours in ways impossible to comprehend. I know now just how insignificant mankind is in the universe, a doomed and simple species thrown up as a side effect of an experiment by the elder things. It is a blessing that such flawed creatures as ourselves have such a short and limited future.
You know, some European whites once thought that about the African Negroes, and look how that turned out for everyone.
The board has been used to illustrate a diagram.
Yes, a diagram of what? Looks like a cock and balls to me. Nothing interesting. What do we have in here? That clipping. Well, that's what I get from me. Oh, rats. There, ratties. Where are you going?
It's an old stove.
Indeed, the stove is old.
Running low on ammo.
It's too dark to be sure, but that rotting smell tells me these shelves are used for storing food.
Are you running low on ammo, sir? Are you? It sounds like you're shooting it up just fine.
Keep shooting!
Yep, you do that. It will cover all of the noise I'm about to make getting through this zone.
That symbol's strange. Looks almost like a flaming eye. I should take a closer look.
To me, it looks like a cock and balls or a teardrop. And that's the save function. Alright. Kind of disappointed that it's not an elder sign. Hoping those will show up later. Since apparently the left click button doesn't work anymore.
It's locked.
And I think your wrist is locked too. It's a very
It's
awkward
locked.
position. Thank you, Captain Obvious. Oh boy, how many clocks do these people have? Just the one.
An old grandfather clock.
Seems to be making too much noise for a single clock. So, I'm not sure if I mentioned it, but this game, while it's called Call of Cthulhu, to my knowledge, is based more off of the Shadow over Innsmouth and some of the other things like the Dunwich Horror, and really doesn't have much to do with Cthulhu.
The wood in those shelves looks rotten. It figures they'd collapse.
Pretty old game, 2002, 2003, somewhere around there. Fairly well made, all things considered. Haven't played it in ages. Looking forward to crapping myself, because I seem to remember it being terrible.
It won't open. It won't budge.
Something's making some attractive noises somewhere. Can I help you? You seem to be a lung shot, sir. Should I tell your wife that she's a cunt?
Empty ammo boxes and spent shells. Nothing useful.
But no gun.
An old wardrobe. I can't open it. Poisoning by the looks of it.
Oh god, looks like somebody got to the Kool-Aid.
He's dead. They're all dead.
Indeed. Are the pants dead? Is the tower big unto the sun?
Suicide. Or rather, mass suicide. These nuts had some serious issues.
Yes, because I totally could not tell that it was not a single suicide, as opposed to a mass suicide. You know, you gotta wonder, did one guy just go crazy and poison the Kool-Aid, or was it was a pack thing? They all agreed to poison the Kool-Aid together. Because, as we all know, the fundamentals of a cult are Kool-Aid and insanity.
It's hot and giving off a lot of smoke.
No shit, Sherlock. Let's see what we got here.
A diary. This will make interesting reading.
Of what sort? The Diary of Jack Walters, a collection of general evidence and mythos tomes and manuscripts collected. Diary of Jack Walters, no. General evidence, yes. Daisy of a cult members. Members? Fuck if I know. August 20th, 1915. We've been watching him now for 2 months. I can feel my anticipation growing as the day of contact draws near. Victor has not yet divulged his final plan for bringing Mr. Walters to us. All I know is that we must succeed. Well, I'm pretty sure I'm Mr. Walters, so, what do you want? I'm here. And there is more to be read, of course. August 24th, 1915. The sermon today was inspiring. Victor enlightened us with a story of the great race transcending the bounds of time to visit his dreams. Kind of like how the whites transcended the Atlantic Ocean to go enslave Native Americans and Negroes, and then it later turned into a massive blood feud that separated an entire nation. Indeed, you are the most prestigious and righteous of causes. I want to join your cult. You have convinced me. Please, where do I sign up? Which Yithian do I sell my soul to? Whose mind will mine become the... What? I forgot where it was going. My apologies. But, continue the reading. The conscious things on this earth and the ocean and depths, we are but servants to a greater design. You know, I actually find the bottom of the ocean to be quite terrifying. There's some shit down there that scary. I mean, fucking anglerfish look scary enough, even though they're not too intimidating to us humans. Actually, I remember hearing a story recently about a shark that these scientists were tracking. And it ended up diving down so deep at one point that they couldn't track it with their beacon anymore. And the beacon shows up a few days later, and it's washed up on shore, and they don't know what the fuck happened. And all they know is that either something ate the shark, or the shark managed to get the beacon out. And they're hoping it was the latter, because if it was the former, then something down there can kill a great white shark pretty easily, and that's a terrifying thought. And that, kids, is why I don't go on cruise ships. I can only hope that my faith during these last days will win me favor when our masters step through the gate. You know, the Christians have something like that, and I think they call it Armageddon, but that doesn't seem to be working out for them too well. August 29th. The experiments below have claimed one more of our order. Indeed, you are benevolent. I'm sure that you are just pulling in members by the flockload if, you're killing them off like this. Another volunteer, yes, volunteer, I'm sure that they're willing for this, is needed. But many are willing. Are they? Or is it just the Kool-Aid? We are truly blessed through our faithful service now that this coming grows so close. I can think of another kind of coming that's growing close. The preparations are complete and Victor's plan is in motion. We will arrive soon. Surely by now he must suspect his true nature, or at least question the nature of his gifts. What gifts? The only gifts I care about are a well-endowed man. Yes. He has come, finally. It begins. I'm sure the basement's covered in white, and I don't want to see a bit of it. Well, let's get going. That's everything. Apparently I can't stand the sight of dead people, even though I'm a private investigator and should probably have dealt with something like this before.
I can't open it.
Yeah, but I'm sure you could kick it open, but... This door! Indeed, door number 3. I think your friend's dead. You sure you want to be doing that?
Don't shoot. I'm unarmed.
We've been expecting you, Mr. Walt.
Oh, shit! Shit, son. You done got
He
fucked.
recognized me, and it sounded like he was going to get on the level with what's going on in this
And
joint.
I seem pretty covered in blood. Indeed, was
A
he going to
key.
get on the level?
This
Can
should
you
help
confirm that?
downstairs.
Or was he simply being agreeable so he could chop you up into tiny pieces? God. You're wasted. Well, I guess I better be getting the fuck on out of Dodge. Why are you people still shooting? There's no one left alive.
It's locked.
Guess that leaves
It's unlocked.
door number 2.
The fire's still burning.
Yeah, I think that's not the only thing burning here, buddy. Don't you notice that someone seems to have a raging obsession with you and your gorgeous, ugly mug? What do we have here?
Another key. This should fit the door across
Okay.
the hall.
Fill that out documents? Nope. Yep. Enlightened or duped, inside Boston's strangest church. Those of our readers who live near its headquarters in the ordinary-looking Boston residence will need no introduction to the Fellowship of Yeth, or whatever the cult's name is. Well, I don't know, man. I can't think of any other cults with a name like that, so it's not too difficult to confuse it. I mean, you're clearly doing an article on them, so I think you could bother to put in the journalistic effort to ask them their name. For those who have not encountered this mysterious, semi-religious group before, they seem pretty fucking religious to me, man. What's your definition of semi-religious? Because I don't think we got the same one. A few words of explanation are necessary. Oh, I think more than a few words are necessary, friend. I think you're going to take another 2 pages. Since our country's founding upon the basis of religious freedom, its shores have been home to many a small uprising of Christian churches and nothing else because we're biased to everything. Go America. Small religious groups outside the mainstream. No small number of are headquartered in the states of New England, where the Pilgrims themselves sought a new world of free of religious persecution. No, I think you mean full of it, unless you're a pure. But, whatever you say, son. But the question must be asked, at what point does a religion become a cult and its trusting adherents, not to mention its blameless neighbors, become victims? Well, I gotta say, I believe the general definition of cult is an upstart religion which doesn't have enough of a following to consider it, well, to even have it be considered as an actual religion, such as Christianity or Islam or Hindu, where they have millions and millions of followers, and instead these have dozens and dozens, or maybe even hundreds if they get really popular. So, I would suppose that unless they're drugging up their Kool-Aid and seducing them with their sexy wiles, then they're not really victims, now are they? And it's still technically a religion, even if it be a cult. That is the question this journal poses in regard to the Fellowship of Yeth. Well, I think that's a good question to be asking, but I think you should be asking some more important questions, like where the fuck are the disappearing people going? Since clearly people have not been coming back. In a month-long investigation, our intrepid reporters have diligently sought out the truth behind the so-called church. By diligently, I assume you mean you've been at the local coffee shop. Its origins are somewhat mysterious, the more so since the group's leaders declined to be interviewed or to assist our investigation in any way. So what you're saying is that you didn't conduct an investigation at all. And all of this is a bunch of presuppositions based off of hearsay, which, to be completely honest, is probably fairly accurate knowing the nature of Lovecraftian cults. However, it seems the Fellowship was founded more than 20 years ago by Victor Holt based on a revelation he had received from beyond the confines of this world. Sounds about as legitimate as Christianity. I might actually pick it up. So, you've had this cult for 20 years and you didn't know a thing of fucking about it? Someone's been sleeping on the job. Holt has not been seen for almost 6 years. Well, I mean, he could be dead. People do tend to do that. His followers apparently believe that he is communing with the mysterious powers behind his faith and that he is shortly to return with new insights and teachings. So he's Jesus. Cool. All this sounds like a harmless, if eccentric, spiritual group. And I'm sure you swear up and down by Christianity, so please continue masturbating yourself. A little different from many others. Oh, yes. However, those who make their homes near the Fellowship's headquarters tell a different, more sinister story. Let's see what they have to say. The adherents of this obscure sect are to be found loitering on street corners. Oh, the terror! The horror! Such vile dastards! Street corners! Think of the children! Casting menacing glances at their innocuous neighbors and frequently engaging in acts of petty crime. Why, they sound like the greatest threat to mankind since Satan, which the local police seem powerless to prevent or redress. So what you're saying is they're all fat and at the donut shop. These guys aren't exactly difficult to find, considering the entire fucking police force for this town seems to be here, and at least 2 of them are dead. Strange lights have been observed burning in the windows of the old house at all hours of the day and night. We have electricity, and having candles for lighting isn't exactly a common thing in your day and age in 1909. So I'm almost positive that it would be considered strange if they were to have candles. But the place does seem to have electricity, so maybe you've got a point there, but, you know, Nikola Tesla had weird lights and people fucking hated him, so I guess you do have a fair point there. They change color unpredictably, like a fucking rainbow. Is that what you're getting at? They're a rainbow? Very menacing. And cast weird, unintelligible shadows. Oh, yes. The most terrifying and the most mind-rendingly and unbelievably horrifying of all things you could possibly experience. Even more disturbing are the noises which... This is gonna go on for fucking ever. I'm bored of this. Let's see what's around.
I don't understand.
Now you know.
I mean, all of these photos. All of them. There must be some kind of mistake. Why would they want me here?
I think you just won the award for this year's best private investigator.
Forgotten.
You're so observant.
Screwball with a grudge, maybe. Think. I've gotta think.
I noticed this when I walked into the room. You didn't notice it until I put your face in it, and even then it took you a while. Fucking Inspector Clouseau has more investigatorial... I'm not even sure if investigatorial is a word, but investigatorial prowess than you do. And this is your job!
For nutcases, they seem quite literate.
That's an interesting noise. Somebody's on the rape train, and I want to get on it.
The drawer holds an ancient manuscript. The symbols on the front seem to be written in classical Greek.
You know, why am I not surprised? Man can't see his own face 5 feet in front of his face, but he understands fucking Greek. Where did you go to school, Mr. Private Eye? Now, let's find the source of his moaning. And
There
see
are
if I
definitely
can't
some
get it.
strange sounds coming from this side of the room.
Wow, this is the most artfully and incredibly well hidden secret passage to have ever been created. There's no way anyone could have possibly figured this out. You are geniuses. You are masters of the art. You are truly to be respected and venerated in the annals of history for your ability to hide secrets. You know, why does it seem like every sinister cult has some kind of even more sinister fate? And for that... Well, I guess this house
Well,
is
that's
built in
just
1707 and hasn't been cared for since, but, yeah, no. How do these cults afford these... Well, you got wrecked, son.
Medical charts on the human anatomy.
Those glutes. Dead bodies. What are you doing in here? They didn't even bother to try and shove you people in. sounds like I'm going insane and having some kind of retarded asthma attack because I can't handle the fucking what the cock and balls. Well, call me Hitler on a pogo stick, but you don't seem to be doing okay. You want?
Good God! What the hell is all this?
Thank you. You and I seem to agree on something, Mr. Walters. You want some help, buddy?
Oh, shit!
Ah! I didn't do it! I didn't know it was a cultist! Why were we worried about someone seeing me? All the cops are outside, probably still fucking blowing their loads all over the dead bodies of the cultists. I think I might need an adult. For a moment, for just a moment, I might have thought those were testicles. I was wrong.
At least he's out of his misery.
I commend you on your ability to live without any kind of internal organs, my friend. You are truly a miracle of science. Big green glowy pointy stick thing seems
The
important.
crystal's still warm.
Yeah, a nice warm feeling of nuclear radiation. You're gonna have a fun time when you have kids, son.
This tunnel feels like it's gonna collapse at any moment.
More shoddy wooden stairs going yards and yards and meters underground. I am beginning to question the actual plausibility of this place as a, what's the word I'm looking for? Actual underground refuge? Hideout? Secret dungeon thing? God, the angles of your hands, man. I know that was supposed to be taken out of the game, but good lord. You know, if not for the fact that I've read H.P. Lovecraft quite a few times, I might sit here and think to myself, well, what the actual fuck is that shit? But no, to be completely honest, this is kind of normal. This is pretty minor. I mean, it's not every day you see that shit in the other room in H.P. Lovecraft, but this is actually pretty normal. The music of Eric Zan.
It looks like something's been removed from it.
Oh, no shit, motherfucker.
Ah! It's too hot to pick up.
Is it? What do we have over here? Some kind of Stargate?
What the hell is that?
Are we going to summon the city of Atlantis? Is Doctor Who going to show up in the
It
TARDIS?
looks like something's been removed from it.
What are we gonna do? We gonna make the glowy green lights?
There's no power.
Oh, I wonder how I might make power. Could it be that I need this? It would seem that, indeed, we're putting everything but the kitchen sink into it, Scotty. Not Scotty. God, I'm stupid. Let me rephrase that. I apologize for my disgracing the original series of Star Trek. We're putting everything but the kitchen sink into it, Captain. And I think we're putting the kitchen sink into it now. Hi there, left hand. You want to join the party? Can I help you? You wanna so what's the Stargate? That's nice. That's not right. That's not supposed to be happening. Holy mother of Jesus and the dinosaur god. That's big. You might want to run. Motherfucker, there's two of them. They're big. Just pass out, okay. Aren't you just the epitome of manliness? You make me strive to be strong, like a Russian man. And I think we'll be stopping there and coming back later. I hope you enjoy the continuation of this series. I'll
It's
probably
been
post
more than
another
6
episode
years
later.
since I
Have
entered
fun!
that